everybody. Welcome to LXV. We are back. Slight change of personnel and slight alteration of personnel. We have Chris, as usual, the quiet, strong Brummy. And a new face for everyone. Paul. Say hello, Paul.
Hi, guys. How are we doing?
Hello.
So my voice sound like that? Shit the bed.
Yeah.
Yeah, we just didn't want to tell you because it's funny.
Well, that was a shock hearing myself.
Yeah.
Right then. Paul, what are you using? What mod have you got on the go tonight, buddy?
So tonight I've got a couple on the go. First off, I'm going to be using
That's nice.
my Infected limited edition mod, courtesy of Matt down at Evo. Just love it.
Yeah.
My second one.
Oh,
wow.
So Tugboat DNA 200 lipo with Apocalypse Gear edition on top, and of course Half Moon. There you go.
Yeah, you gotta get used to that one.
I is dipping in disguise.
So that's what I'm on tonight. Juice wise, I've got Herbal Tides, my local shop. Basically, they've hooked me up with some sour blue raspberry, which is just incredible. And on the Tug Life one, I'm using Chiller, which is a peach fizz, but it's icy. It's probably one of the nicest ones I've actually been able to vape, and it's great. So that's what I'm on tonight.
Christopher?
Hello.
Hello.
Considering last video we had Mr. Half Moon himself, I thought I'd actually put a coil in it this time and use it. My Half Moon Squonker with the layer cake, get the gate right, and custom Half Moon drip tip to match the rest of the base. With that, the juice is one of my all-time favourites, Drip Axe Purple Slush. My Sewage Vape Bathala with my Vapers Cloud Voraz RDA. On that, I am vaping AVB's Murph's Blood, or Murph Blood. That's actually all right. And I've also got my Voopoo Drag. Still can't get over the name of that, Voopoo. With my Free Max Pro tank, and that's got a quad canthal coil in it. And on that one, I am vaping Drip Axe Pink Boy.
A bit of Drip Axe then, Chris?
I'm a bit of a fan, yes. You could say that.
Yeah.
Never have known. Never.
No, okay. I'm not really known for vaping on Drip Axe.
I'm on my graphite Stormbreaker with a wee little RTA on there called the Mason Dump Tank.
Oh, nice. Not seen one.
Nice little set. No, I love it. I absolutely love it. And it really works well on Stormbreaker. Really well with a parallel. And I'm on the Grenade with the Lantern top cap, the Autumn Lantern. No Half Moon drip tip in there, but you can put one in one of them, interestingly enough.
Yeah.
Right there. So we jump straight into the hot topic of these deaths in America that everyone's jumping on board of and saying it's vaping or e-cigarettes, when quite clearly it's not the case.
No.
Yeah, there's a lot going around about it.
Yeah, it's
There's
basically
a hell of a lot. Even the British press.
It's basically down to bathtub THC juices being made, adding additives and things like that, which is causing the harm. And because America is funded by big tobacco, then going, oh, it's vapes, it's got to be the vapes. Bollocks.
Yeah.
That's all. Yeah. Hand it on to the next person before we get us shut off.
Yeah, basically, the problem is it's causing some of the ingredients they're mixing it with. Also, the fact that THC is produced through a method of introducing butane gas, which obviously is a dangerous thing in itself, but also the mix with other things like fats, and I think it was vitamin D or E as well, which is creating like vitamin what, Bob?
Vitamin E.
I thought it was, yeah. And that's creating like a hot rock type effect in the lungs and burning the lungs and causing a hemothorax, basically, where the lung collapses, and that's where consequently people can die, which is pretty serious shit, really. Let's be honest.
Yeah.
I mean, the thing is, I mean, the you look at all these deaths so far. I mean, there's been 5 reported cases.
Yeah.
They're all in America, and it seems like a lot of it is maybe if we had stricter laws on it, more regulation, checking it to see that people aren't just brewing it in the sheds and, shipping it out for $5 a piece, because, if somebody really wants it, they're going to go to the cheapest place. And if it's dodgy dude down the corner, they're going to go there as opposed to spending $20 for it at a reputable shop, and they're not going to get harmed by it, But people are people. We always look for the cheapest option. Is it the right thing?
Yeah.
No,
not always.
And a lot of these are kids as well. We're talking 18, 19 years old. And I don't know about you guys, but if I was 18 and I was huffing some dodgy stuff from around the corner, I'm not going to tell my mum that I was doing that. It was I bought it from
it's a felony offence as well.
Yeah, exactly.
They're not going to take the felony offence, are they? So they're going to dodge it and say, it was vaping.
Yeah. They'll blame it on the dual pod that they found in the corner and say, oh, it was that did it. I was on 5 of these cartridges a day.
Well, if that means Joel gets popped out the question, that can't always be a bad thing.
Exactly, not necessarily a bad thing, actually. But that's what it is. That's the long and short of it. These people are getting so many dodgy things from these people, and you've got to think, you've got to be smart. If you're inhaling something, at least know what's in it. All the years I've been vaping about 4 years now, and I've not even been tempted to go to a guy on Facebook who can give me 100 ml of juice for a $5, because, come on, to be fair, he's probably got a dog in the room with him as he's making it. It's not going to be clean.
It's the old bathtub joke, isn't it? With a lot of the juices.
My dog's in the room when I mix this together. What are you trying to say?
I'm not able to use his purple sludge.
I don't sell it, personal use only.
You like the taste of Chihuahua with it?
No, Sheba. I have a dog.
Oh yeah, you've got a dog, don't you?
Yeah.
Yeah.
There we are. We're coming up from.
Had so many Facebook arguments about this today. Some people are idiots, even when shown the information via links taken from Vince's page. They refuse to admit they are wrong. Well, unfortunately, you can lead a horse to water, but you can't make it drink.
Yeah, that's very true.
Exactly that. I mean, you can show them all of the evidence under the sun, and the first thing they're going to say is, well, it must be the vape.
Yeah, but if I had my hat on, I'd take my hat off to the Observer, because they've come out and actually said facts.
Yeah.
Unlike, obviously, a lot of people have seen ITV share it last night and censor everybody's comments on it when we saw it, and delete things and things like that, because ITV shared it saying, it's vaping, it's e-cigarettes, stop using them. No, do not stop using your vapes. Nicotine liquids are not causing these deaths. It's THC cartridges. Now, these cartridges, if Andy was there, Andy was going to be our ace in the hole. These cartridges are refillable. You can buy them empty, and you can fill them with whatever you like. And like Paul said, if someone's going to sell it for, say, £20 down the road, compared to the £50, £60 that these THC cartridges go for and more, they're going to pay less and still think they're going to get high and a fix and things like that. But it's putting people's lives at risk, and obviously people are dying.
Yep.
And exactly that is the problem with it. They're going for the easy fix. They think, oh, well, what's the worst that can happen? Well, you could be in hospital with no lungs left because you're inhaling all kinds of garbage. You know, I mean, I think it was Zippy a couple of weeks ago said that he'd heard one of them actually had like alloy wheel cleaner in it.
That's right, yeah. Alloy wheel cleaner was added to it, yeah.
Yes,
that. It's a corrosive.
Yeah, I mean, I don't use it. I've never had a need to use it, so I don't know everything that goes on. I know, obviously, through talking to you two in the other chats that we've got, talking to other people that have used it, that do use it and do understand it, I've learned what I know through them. But taking off my own experience in life, if it came to the point where I did need to buy it, I sure as hell would not be buying it through some guy called Dave down the local boozer.
Dodgy Dave.
Yeah, Dodgy Dave.
Dodgy Dave.
Yeah. Exactly. It comes back to like the old dodgy camel fags that you used to get from the guy down the local boozer and like dodgy backer from the a couple of houses down, or you know what I mean?
Those ones which actually smell like a camel.
Smelled like a camel's testicle. Could be safe.
All camel cigarettes smell like camels.
I remember them days. I was a student. But yeah, to answer Barry's question, are drip hacks okay? Yes, mate, they are great. I have only found one, maybe two flavours that I personally didn't like.
But expect to rewick quite often.
Yeah, no, I'm actually pretty good. I'll get a week or two out of a wick. Like once I've whipped it, done it, you know, I'll get a week or two and I'll use it heavily.
That week.
Huh?
It's as black as me hat after a week.
Mate, Bobby James has just asked.
That's over a week old.
That's not too bad.
No.
Andy has got an injury and broken his hand and is struggling at home. I'm afraid Zippy, who is normally with us, has been called into work. So Paul, one of the admins from the group chat and everything, is involved in the channel behind the scenes, stepped in to bolster the panel tonight because it was just going to be me and Chris. So thank you very much, Paul.
Yeah, that was just a dangerous
very well. Yeah, I couldn't leave you guys to go solo. Well,
instead of having two scary faces, we thought we'd have three of them.
Exactly.
That way, we make sure it's not. We do make sure there's no kids on here by having us three trolls here.
Yeah. Although we do notice though that you are kind of letting the side down a bit, Chris. You know, me and Vinny are repping hard here.
Yeah. Where's the beard on, Chris?
He's still here. He's just my lighting's. Yeah, I'm using an IKEA light for lighting, and a mobile phone for a camera. Really,
we have a comment from Nasty Coils that these reports are only fueled by the US media. That's
100%
true. Obviously, US media are probably quite heavily supported by the tobacco industry and the tobacco dollar, and obviously influenced by local government and government policy.
And Vinny crashes.
Bye, Vinny.
Yeah. Bye. Go. Oh, is he alive? He moved.
So yeah, to finish off what Vinny was saying before he's decided to lag.
Yeah, basically the way. Oh, go on, Paul. You can do it.
Yeah. So essentially, all of the states in America, they all have hands in the government, you know, and big tobacco kind of loaned them a load of money, and obviously they wanted
$3.5 billion.
Yeah, so big money in America, and of course the panicking that so many people are switching off from cigarettes to vapes and other smoking cessation devices, so they're losing out a lot of money. And of course, because people aren't getting as sick, they're not going to the hospitals as much. So they're losing out money there as well. So it is a lot of, backwards deals and everything just to kind of get money back out of the people. That's what they want. They don't want people to stop smoking. If they really wanted to, they could make it more difficult for people to smoke, but they never will. It's a nice taxable drug for them, and they'll keep doing it because they know people are going to be hooked on it.
And it's not peanuts. You're talking millions and millions and millions per state in the USA that get the revenue from the tobacco taxes. It funds the state virtually, doesn't it?
It does, yeah.
I did read somewhere it was, as I said not long ago, $3.5 billion.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not sure 100% if it is that, but even you can kind of imagine it's going to be somewhere near that level for the way America's going nuts about it. And personally, the fact that we all know that they borrowed against this money that they haven't received from the big tobaccos yet, I think the people that did authorize it and those that did actually do it should be the guys responsible for paying it back, i.e., through a tax cut, through a wage cut or something. Personally, because at the end of the day, they are willing to put.
These, the presidents and that who put basically pen to paper to say, yeah, let's sanction this. Not obviously modern day. This is going to be going back a few years, a long time. Could they afford to pay that bill? Yes, they could. They should be made accountable for it. Instead of making the individual states the ones who are footing the bill,
and those that those that live in the country foot the bill.
Yeah,
trying to pay back for their basically, let's call it greed. I mean, yes, you got to see the government in a way of a business where they need to get money, make money, so they can provide services to their residents of said country. But when you're putting people's lives at risk and health at risk just to make basically a buckload of money, then you should definitely be made accountable.
Personally. Yeah, without a doubt. I don't think for 1 minute that, on a smaller country like ours in comparison, if somebody tried to push this through our door, what kind of reaction would we get in the UK? And I don't think we'd stand for it. I think there would be a lot more people up in arms to say this needs fixing. It's just like you see a lot of the advocacy stuff going on in America, and people are shouting, saying, look, if you want to keep doing this, do something about it. Yeah. They don't.
They don't, do they? They'll sign the odd petition and things like that. They need the activity level really is minute. I mean, obviously, a lot of them go on behind closed doors and things like that, and canvassing congressmen. That seems to be the favourite term used when they're talking advocacy over in the States.
Yeah.
But it's not proactive enough, I don't think. Obviously, here in the UK, we have a different situation with having Public Health England and the NHS behind it and stating that it's 95% healthier and things like that. But yeah, I mean, and our government's gone further now, haven't they? And by is it 2030 will be tobacco free, apparently.
Yeah, they're putting vape shops into hospitals. Well, not vape shops, obviously, but not like what
they're not Bejewel or Vine.
But they're putting in there, a place for you to go, and you can go and buy a mod. You can buy whatever setup you want. I don't know if it's going to be prescribed or not. There'll probably be something along those lines. I'm sure if you go in with a smoking related illness, they give you a little waiver to say, come and see us in this area, and we'll sort you out with a device to help you, and have a professional walk them through it. As opposed to going into a normal vape shop, it can be a bit daunting. If you've never vaped before, you go into a vape store, especially in the centre of town, they're usually crazy busy, really loud. There's lots of dudes in there, who are using mechs and just, it's going to put a lot of people off. But these ones that are coming up in the hospitals, I reckon they're going to be a massive help for people. Because
isn't there?
Yeah, they're going to go in. It's going to be calm. It's not going to have loads of people in there huffing massive clouds and blowing stuff all over the place.
When I first started, I went into a few. I started going into a few, obvious reason, and I never once ever found. I never felt like I didn't belong in there. I walked in. I had a little cool MVP2 or a Cool Fire 4. And people would talk to me about it, give me advice, give me, on what type of juices to use in it. Even guys that were using big, massive, bigger than Molasimo. Yeah, I mean, custom built things, and that was all. Not once did they ever like snigger at me, and that's one of the reasons why I do what I do this today, because I'm paying forward the respect I was given for the fact that I came off the fags.
Yeah,
and I'm paying that forward to those that want to come off, that have come off, and you know what I mean. I'll give as much advice as anyone as I can give. If I can't give it or I haven't got the answers, I'll go to one of you lot, or put them towards you, things like that.
And one thing which can be said for the Facebook, clamp down on sales and stuff, it's getting a lot of people talking again. There's hand checks coming up in groups now. What are you on today? This is what I'm on. What would you recommend, kind of thing. It's getting people talking. It's not just a comment.
Slowly getting back.
Bye.
Yeah, and it's definitely nice.
It is. It's refreshing not to see the same for sale posts across 12 different groups.
Yeah,
that's the benefit.
Or certain well-known shows being spammed across a lot of different pages.
I wonder who's doing that.
I wouldn't have a clue. But nah, I welcome any kind of chat show like these, because at the end of the day, it's doing what vaping, like the groups, was originally. Video form on YouTube or any other platform, and I never really got to watch them. I just lost interest in that because of the way things was. And now I'm starting to see these handshakes. I'm starting to people ask questions and ask about builds. So it's like slowly but surely building my interest back into it, other than being in the background, in the PMs and little parts and things like that.
Well, taking the NHS shop slightly further, the trusted Derby, the NHS, I think it's the Derbyshire or the big hospital in Derby, are actually giving vape devices away now to patients because they can vape on the grounds and not smoke on the grounds. Staff are actually giving them. They're only little disposable pod kits, but it's still
better than nothing.
Still a start. That's the thing. The other day I was at the hospital because my mum had an accident, bless her. So I was there all night, and I didn't get home till about 11 o'clock in the morning. And I only had this was all I had with me. So usually, if I was going somewhere like that, I would take a mouth to lung tank. Just little clouds here and there. I don't want to be too obnoxious. And the guy came out from security. And I thought, oh, here we go. He's going to shoot me off. And I didn't really fancy walking across the other end away from it. And I said to him, is it all right for vape out here? Because I know there's no smoking signs everywhere. And he's like, yeah, we've got absolutely no problem with vaping. We'd much rather, obviously, people would do that than sit outside here smoking. So even though this is right next to a maternity ward, the windows are open, people still stand there smoking. And we're forever out there shooing them away.
Obviously, I'm in and out of an hospital all the time, and right next to the front doors, it's horrendous, absolutely horrendous.
Yeah. Comment about what trays you put up. I am actually sorry that you don't go into vape shops and that you feel like you're invisible when you go into them. I've never really seen it. Okay, yes, I'm male and I'm not exactly tiny, skinny, little easy to hide kind of guy, especially personality wise. Jeez. But yeah, I actually, hey, life of the party. But yeah, I do feel sorry that you feel that way.
It's a shame, but as a woman, she cannot go into a local vape shop and be treated equally. That's a sad thing, really. A really sad
especially
thing.
This day and age.
Yeah.
I get that a lot. I mean, anyone who knows me knows that I am not technically minded in any way, shape, or form. I can put my calls in this and I'm fine. You ask me to
tell when you set up your camera.
Yeah, exactly. So I mean, same thing happened to us the other week. We went to a hardware store and we asked a question to the guy and said, "Look, we need this." And he looked me straight in the eye, started talking to me about it. I'm like, dude, you may as well talk to the wall. I ain't got a clue what any of this is. My wife's there laughing her head off, going, I'm the one doing the work. You know, so I know exactly where you're coming from with that, Tracy. You know, in this day and age, it should be a case of whoever asks you the question, you answer them and talk to them. You know, and there's just too much of that bullshit about. You know, this is a man's game. The man must do it. No, if you want it wonky, yeah, I'll do it. It's just crazy, absolute crazy.
And a shame, a real shame. I know not every vape shop's like that, but it is a real shame. Nasty Coils has made a comment as well. He started vaping on a Ego CE4, struggled for 3.5 years on 32 milligram nicotine.
Bloody hell, I beat my record.
Finally came across Facebook pages. Help me get me on more and better Nick. Nearly 9 years later, groups are still helping people, which, yeah, a lot of groups.
Yep.
And obviously, he's got a little business out of it doing his coils as well, which is even better for him.
Yeah.
That's Ian. Nasty Coils, I think that's Ian.
32 milligram. Ooh.
I started on 24 milligram, but that was going from like a pouch in 50 gram pouch in 3 days.
When I first started with the old pens that was out with the silica cotton things inside them.
No, mine was actually. I'll say mine was on the Innikin I Taste MVP2 with the eye clear tank or something like that. Oh, it used to have the old little rope inside it.
Yeah, the silica, like what he had. Yeah.
Oh, yeah, and that.
I had the MVP3. A great little mod, you know, went up to 60 watts. My phone. It's brilliant. I've still got my old one in the house there. It's bright gold. It's amazing. It still works.
Mine was black. Unfortunately, it got stolen that very Christmas. So I went out and bought myself, what was it now? E-Leaf Ice Stick 100 watt with unknown tank with it. I was vaping it at 100 watts with 24 milligram nicotine and wondering why it felt like I had Mike Tyson literally just give me a full-on left hook straight in my chest. It was until quite a while later I kind of started to learn more about it. I understood 24 milligram at 100 watts is not something a normal person would do.
Not now, anyway. Jesus.
Oh, you got
I signed it on and then bought myself the 254 and I was happy on that for ages.
I mean, one thing, obviously Nick Salts, you know, a lot of people use them now. I use it to, you know, especially in my mouth to setups, because if you just need that little bit of extra, you know, grunt to it, you know, Nick Salt's great for that. I usually get the same one every single time, 20 milligram Raspberry Riot. Nice little juice. Well, my buddy who works in the vape shop, he gave me 36 milligram by mistake. Just fine. Didn't notice it to start with. I was like, oh, this is still really nice. That night, I had the worst dreams I've ever had in my life. I woke up in the morning and I felt like I had a sandpit in my throat. I was like, what's going on here? I couldn't speak. So I looked at the bottle, I was like, 36 milligram. Asshole.
Nasty Coil, 40 milligram.
Yeah.
Going through a breakdown last year and he made his own at 40 milligram.
What's he trying to do? Commit suicide? Jeez. If I ever need a big hit of nicotine, I don't change the amount of nicotine that's in the juice. All my juices are 3 milligram. I just pull out the big fucker and just take massive hits on it. Done.
Imagine putting 40 milligram nicotine on this thing.
Put it on that.
Oh.
How we can buy 50 milligram from Jersey legally.
Oh.
Yeah, that's not nice.
If that's a salt, I want to try that in a pod.
Yeah, but imagine subbing in that. Oh, you'd lose your face. Oh, it's fire.
You might as well about the horrible dreams, Paul, when you had that high salt, Nick. I had that when I tried to stop smoking with patches, because I only recently found out you're not actually supposed to sleep when you're wearing a nicotine patch.
No, you're supposed to take them off.
I never knew that, so I used to sleep with them on, and I had some mental dreams.
Yeah. What's going on here?
Yeah, proper mental dreams.
You meant to put the patches on. I wondered why they tasted funny when I lit them up.
Just adding a bit of extra stick to it. And he's got 5.
I used to rub it when I think I needed an extra fix.
Come on, work!
Get the hairdryer on it, warm it up.
Back to topics. We're going to cover a bit about this flavour ban now that's gone on in Michigan. Seemingly, the state governor has brought in herself without any sort of due process or anything like that.
Yeah, I mean, to me, it seems like it's a rush thing because she's seeing these deaths that are happening, and of course she's going to be scared of looking after her constituents and everything. But a flavour ban, is it going to make a difference? No, it's not. You know, if somebody's going to vape, they're going to vape regardless. You know, and if even for a short period of time they can't get the blue raspberry, what would they go on? You know, they'll get something else. You know, but it's going to lead people down the bathtub brewer route again. You know, so really all it's going to do is put more people than stopping people from getting it. You know, I mean, you think about it. Look how well prohibition worked out.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
and it's going to go the same way. People are still going to do it regardless. You know, so
does that mean people are going to have what's it? The old rat rods? Yeah, where you got distilleries underneath the seat and hidden away from the law.
You know, Atlantic City are going to love it because they're going to open up all those tunnels and they're going to be down there making their blue raspberry. You know, flavour bans aren't going to make it any less appealing to kids because if a kid wants it, they're still going to get it. You know, they need to find.
Look at it this way: marijuana. It's been illegal for as long as I've been on this planet. It still never stopped people from smoking it.
No, not at all.
In fact, I know it made a lot of people want it more because it was illegal, and they just usual thing, fuck the system kind of thing.
Yeah, exactly. And it's never going to work out how they think it's going to work out. All that's going to happen is, like I say, they're going to go underground. They're going to get the stuff, and it's going to be poison, essentially. Because if it's going to
basically come to this THC shit.
Yeah, and it's all down to this. This is what it is. It's a snap decision. She's seen all this kicking off and thinking, I've got a way to try and fuck this through. Let me do it. And because a lot of people are uninformed or they don't care, they just see the books. That's all they see, the money. And they're going to go with it and listen to what they're basically being fed by the media, which is paid off by the highest bidder. It's a sorry state of affairs, but that's how it is. You know, they are paid off, without a doubt.
I did see something about that woman's income, where the money for the, I don't know if it's her as obviously the governor of that area, or like her own personal money. I'm not really sure where it was coming from, but who it was going to. But we did see a screenshot of where her money was coming from. And one of them, about $5,000 or $6,000, was actually coming from big tobacco. So it's like,
well, Jake Vapes has just put a very good point on. Hi, Jake. How you doing? So the ban in Michigan is weird because you can still buy fruity flavoured Rizzler Kings for smoking weed and cigarettes. So
exactly. Crazy.
That's still legal, isn't it? You know, but you can't buy.
I have heard there's going to be a challenge launched tomorrow against it and try and get it overturned. How true that is, I'm not entirely sure, but I read it somewhere while doing some research.
Yeah.
And Big Boy Coils, hello Shane, has made a comment. It was a woman's kids that advised her to put the ban in place, so she's listened to her children.
Really?
Put this flag down.
So, you know, instead of just turning around and fighting it and saying, hey, where are you getting this stuff from? They're just going, let's just blanket ban it. You know, let the adults fend for themselves. But it's not addressing the issue, which is stopping the kids from getting it in the first place. Now, in the grand scheme of things, what would you rather a kid do? Would you rather that they smoked behind your back without you knowing, or would you rather them have a vape? Now, personally, if I caught any of my kids smoking, I'd hit the roof. You know,
damn right.
just like if I caught them vaping, you know, I'd hit the roof, because I tried to keep it away from them. You know, not necessarily because it's a bad thing, but because, you know, if I'm on a mech, I don't want one of my kids to pick this up. You know, I don't want them to scratch it, for one.
And you don't want the wife finding out how much it cost.
Yeah. Now, look, this one's a trade, so I'm all right with this one.
Yeah, but what about all the others that you got hidden?
Yeah, shh, don't grasp me up. She's in the other room and she's watching.
My Paul's wife.
Yeah.
You're wondering where that 400 quid went the other day. Thanks.
Yeah, I thought there was an appeal in place, Jake. We'll see how it goes. Jake Vapes just commented, yes, there is an appeal in place. I doubt it will progress. We shall see.
Yeah, and it would be like all of the other appeals that they put in place. You know, they'll get a few people who really want to make a difference and try and help the entire, you know, country with this. Yet there's such a small group of people doing it. It needs everyone to get involved with it. You know, so when they see these petitions come up saying "ring the governor," you know, do it. You know, what's it going to cost you? 2 minutes out of your life to ring and leave a message saying, "Hey, this is ridiculous. Sort something out." You know, it's nothing. I mean, I always, you know, I look at these petitions that come on, the online ones, and I fill them in. You know, and yeah, it might not help, but every single person who fills it in is doing something. You know, and just leaving it for the next man to do isn't going to help. You know, we had a similar thing, you know, with TPD. You know, so when we had
just
TPD,
papered over that, hasn't he?
What? Oh, great! Yeah, thanks. Yeah, you guys have got me in trouble now.
So
yeah, I've lost where I was now. It's your fault.
Don't blame me.
Okay, better.
Yes, Desmond.
Yeah, yeah, she will be.
Luckily, I'm too poor to be dropping like 200-300 quid on a mech mod.
I haven't gone that far yet.
Looking over his shoulder.
He says while his wife is watching.
Yeah.
Just going back to that THC thing we touched, I just wanted to make that clear that is THC, not a CBD product.
No,
it is THC. And also, Scott Gottlieb, the ex-head of the FDA, actually made a statement on his Twitter saying that legal vapes have been actively regulated by the FDA since August 2017. It wasn't these regulated devices that was doing it and caused these tragedies. It was illegal vapes via THC. I just wanted to make that clear because I forgot to get that in earlier.
Yeah,
Desmond, we wish you would.
No, Desmond, don't do this to me. No, she'll come back to me.
Oh, Des is on form tonight.
Yeah,
I think Des wants to see Paul get beaten up.
she would as well.
Chris,
Hello, Chris.
You're Chris, you idiot. Oh, Chris Clark's on. Hello, Chris. I didn't see Chris. Where's he come from? Anyway. Have you got some tickets you want to give away, haven't you?
Yes, we've got a couple of tickets. I have 2 of them that I'm going to give away tonight on here. I have another 2 tickets that I am going to be giving away. One on the VVR page, group, and one in the Serious Vape group, UK group. For these 2,
All control.
Go on. His face was like.
Don't grass me up, boys.
That mod wasn't a trade, by the way.
Yeah, that's my fancy skillet tank. And to be fair, she's got more expensive taste than I have, so I get a free pass. So yeah, back to your giveaway, Chris.
As I was saying, 2 tickets here. Both have codes, so there's no postage needed. What I'm going to say in the comments, the first person to get the 2 numbers that were pre-written down before the show, Vinny and Paul can definitely guarantee I've written down. The ones that can get the number between 1 and 100, the first one to get the exact number gets a ticket. Then obviously, the second person to get the other number, second number, gets the other ticket. Go ahead, guys. Start spamming the comments with numbers. Once I see them, I'll say. Now, obviously, there is a lag, so it'll be the first number I see, or one of the others see.
Just on that, while that's going on, Jake Vapes has commented again. It was a closed pod system with illegally made juice, THC, made in the friend garage. Not vape juice or garage aged THC juice. Yeah, we mentioned that earlier, Jake, and said obviously it's not been through any sort of testing. It was completely unregulated, and that these cartridges they use for the THC can be bought empty or refilled, and it could
Vape Underground.
Vape Underground's killed it. First one.
Yeah, first number.
Trust Chris to pick that number.
First bloody number. Right, Vape Underground. If you contact me or Vinny on Facebook, we'll send you the code over.
Yeah, we've got player codes. I've got a shed load as well. Hello, M&M. Not more chocolate.
Or the crispy. Can't forget the crispy.
Vape Underground says to give it away again. Have you already got tickets?
It probably has, I guess.
Yeah, it probably has. Right, I'm going to give it. Right, I'll do one other number to reset that. Vape Underground. All right.
Counting these days. Chris Clarky Clark, Mr. McNation there. We've been talking about the THC linked deaths in America. We've also covered a bit of this flavour ban that's now in place in Michigan, over in the States.
A bit of household violence towards me.
No. There's no violence towards you at all.
Bit of domestic abuse.
She was offering to cook you a bacon sandwich.
I'm down with that. Yeah.
Well, did you see in the chat earlier on what was my snack?
I did see that. But at the time, I was just into a massive Domino's, so I couldn't really get behind it full time. Yeah.
It's a Domino's that. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes, Underground. I have a really smutty mind.
Yeah, we don't need to go there, Chris, so let's not.
I'll make Quagmire look like a nun.
Anyone got anything else I want to talk about while this giveaway is going, which isn't exactly going very
reasonably wrong?
If not, we could start picking names out. Or
just randomly giving them away.
Yeah, just randomly. Yeah. Who wants one?
Well, here's an idea. Instead of doing that, I don't know, put your favourite dad joke up in the comments, and if it makes one of us laugh, then let's see what goes on.
What make all of us laugh?
What do you think about people vaping up their nose. The good old nose ribs. There you go.
Never seen me
Two
do it
prime
ever.
examples.
I absolutely hate nose rips.
Yeah, I do.
I think they're stupid and irresponsible, and people that do them should be told off. Helps us to complete the work.
It's even worse when you've got a big beard and yeah, it gets hot. I don't like it. I mean, it's a bit of fun, but yeah, if you're gonna do it safely. Don't stick it right up your hooter because that's horrible.
Imagine trying to shove that one up your hooter.
Well, you've seen the Elite V2s, haven't you? So they've got massive drip tips on them. These aren't so bad because this is the V3, so it's like a normal 810 size. Yeah, those Elite ones are massive, like the one on the Valhalla. No, see that? They're little baby tips. They're all right. You can get it right in there.
I've got small nostrils.
Not doing it. Not doing it.
Go on, Vinny.
Go on, Vinny.
I will not bow to peer pressure.
Do it on a serious mod, then you really live in.
Well, how about triple parallel?
Yeah, do it on that one as well. That'll be fun. I'm desperate. I blow bigger clouds.
Try saying my nose doesn't have snot in there. Pick it out regular.
Right. We're just babbling here. So the expo, not far away. I know you two are both going. What are you looking forward to seeing? What are you not looking forward to seeing? And what do we think about this? Loads of free tickets getting given away now.
Loads of free tickets. Fair on them. I mean, truthfully, it's a great way to get beginners, those that have never been, or those that have just started, a way of getting in. My first ever time was a free ticket. You know what I mean? So, what I'm looking forward to seeing. Obviously, Vapor Cloud. I love going at the Vapor Cloud stand. Hoping to see some overpowered over there again, because I missed them at the last expo we went to in March or May, was it? I can't remember. May. I'm also looking forward to meeting a bunch of you guys that actually interact with us on here. So if you do see my ugly mush, just say hello. You know, let me know who you are, because I don't see faces. If you want a picture, take a picture with me. You know, I'm always happy. If your camera's strong enough to take it. I'm going to say, well, this is Gorilla Glass, so yeah, very good good screens.
But, just remember though, you need to hover hand, Chris. So you're not allowed to actually give them a hug, just hover. So your hand needs to be like that, just over him.
Or just don't hug anybody.
Yeah. Or in fact, don't hug him, because that might.
I smell.
In house reach, really.
I mean, the fact that they're giving tickets away again, they did it a few years ago. I know after I went to my first one, the next expo event that came on in the October, I had tickets sent to me as well. At that point, I didn't really have anybody to go with, so I just gave them away to another friend of mine, who I think he handed him off as well, because there wasn't as much buzz about it at that time. Anyway, so I'm being attacked by a bloody fly. Get out. So yeah, I think it's a good thing that they're giving them away. Does it potentially show lack of sales? We will never know. We'll never know. But at the end of the day, it costs them nothing, but it gets more people in. And if you think, yeah, exactly. And all the facilities that the NEC offer, they're all going to be getting a cut out of what we buy anyway. So if you go out there and you buy a can of Monster for £5, which is probably likely how expensive it is there, they're going to get a cut of that. So if
anyone that is actually going and it's their first time, you can take food and drink into Expo. You can take anything you want in. No bags aren't checked, so you can take your mods, take loads of juice. You can take your food and drink in. That is allowed in there, but the prices in Expo are extortionate.
Yeah, I nearly cried when
Here's
I bought
also another thing.
a
Sorry.
round of drink for someone.
Here is another thing. If you do get stopped and you're a diabetic like myself, as soon as you do, let the security know that you have anything sharp on you. They do tend to be quite fine about it, especially if you tell them.
Yeah.
The diabetic,
Good
I
point.
tend to take my insulin with me, and obviously I need to inject that. So
So
that's also another thing.
it's like everywhere, you know, if they ask you to say what's in your bag, you know, they're only doing it to make sure that you're not sneaking something dangerous in. You know, it's common sense, really. Just do what they say. Don't be an arse, and you're fine. You know, if like Chris, you know, you've got medication that you need to have, tell them. You know, they're not going to care. They're not going to go rooting through it just so they know it's there. You know, who am I excited to see at Expo? Well, obviously, my half moon family.
The Pocket Rocket, of course.
Always nice to speak to them for a bit.
I will be with those guys all 3 days. You know, because I'm part of the team, just like Zippy and just like Andy. You know, we're all part of the Half Moon family. So really looking forward to seeing them. I know Pat's come in, and I believe Ben's come in as well, which is going to be brilliant. So we're going to have a couple of the American family with us. And yeah, Pocket Rocket. I'm getting one. I don't get in my life. You know, as Zippy was showing us off last time, they're just beautiful. You know,
they are really beautiful. Really,
yeah. They're so good. I mean, just putting that resin inside the switch is just incredible.
Sorry to interrupt. Desmond's asked if the juices plays with your sugar levels. It does, but it's only like 0.1.
Very minute.
Yeah, very, very minute. It's not nothing to be concerned about at all. I do vape some extremely sugary juices like drip axes. Yes, drip axe, yes. They're Blood of Vikings. That is a definite core killer. I will be, if I vape it on any of my RDAs, I'll be changing the cotton on that within 24 to 48 hours.
Yeah.
That's sugary, but it's beautiful.
Good bit of advice there from Vape Underground as well. Anyone going for the first time to Expo and you're wondering how much gear to take, just have one mod to carry and a backup in your bag. It's just one day. You don't need that much. That is damn good advice.
Yeah.
I rolled up to my first one as a reviewer on my first press pass, and I think I must have had about 30 mods in my bag. And God, it was hard work lumping it around.
I always take 3 with me.
I remember Andy telling me about that, actually. Yeah, because you went in with like a rucksack just full of stuff.
Yeah.
You're like, all right, I'm going to do it.
And you can steer his mods jingling around.
Yeah.
I always take 3 with me. One, I'll take this one with me. So when I'm at the bus stop, well, the metro stop, the bus stop, you know, the train station, it's not big. It's not interrupting people. It's being polite. Once I get in there, I'll take 2 with me and switch and change because I regularly switch and change my juices on me. That'll vape, so I don't get vapor's tongue very often. But other than that, it's mostly my medication, my meter, water, maybe something to eat, and something sugary just in case my sugars do drop.
Desmond there, he's just put a brilliant comment up. Always keep hold of your vape at all times. There's always some, what was that? Wobble titwank bell sniffer trying to steal something. Yes, there is. You know, compared to previous years, I don't think there was that much in May, thankfully. I know the couple that were out there on the rob, they got pretty much caught and
they did get caught.
So, yeah. I know there was one who made the mistake of trying to do it at Evo, at the Evo stand, and that didn't go down well for him.
Yeah, I saw that one. Yeah.
Just keep an eye on your stuff, and if you're taking expensive things with you, there's no safer place than right in your hand. You know, don't just leave them on like. little rucksacks and stuff, because they'll just go in there and just lift it before you even know. So just be smart, you know, and if you are going to take multiple expensive mods with you, keep them safe, you know, maybe take one or two that you can keep on you, you know. Certainly never put it down and leave it. Don't do that. That's just trouble.
Barry, especially those little poison ones that work for Half Moon mods and things like that. Yeah, you have to watch out for them users. They just go everywhere. Them flying about. But yeah,
I'm really looking forward to Expo. Obviously, all the LXD guys are going to be there. Paul's going to be there. We're going to do an Expo show just before Expo, hopefully. Try and get something set up for an arrangement where we can meet up with a group of people if people want to come and meet us and things like that. And we'll have a little bonding session maybe or something. I don't know. We'll arrange something.
Yeah, I mean, it would be good to see everyone, you know. And I know last time in May, I think I only managed to bump into you guys for about 10 minutes or so. You know, so it was a very, very brief stop, wasn't it? Before we all kind of had to rush about, you know. So it'd be good. It'd be good to kind of get everybody in together.
Well, yeah, Chris, if you want to go Expo, I've got 2 tickets here. If you want one, let me know. You've got me on Facebook anyway.
TVP left his mod at the Times Vape stand last time, right next to where I was. Oh, why?
Yeah.
Just knock it over.
When I was there last October, there was a couple of people that had just like come along, put the mod on the side, and then just look at something, walk off, and leave the mod. And it's quickly like, "Hey, mate," you know, running after them with their mod.
I'm just too trusting. If people want to look at my mod, I just let them have it and have a look at it, and I put it down all over the place. Yeah, I've lost one through Expo, but I'll still do it.
I mean, I'm sure you guys have all seen my my Collarbones mech that I've got, which is the Deathwish Bare Bones that's been painted up. I mean, the second I went into the Expo in May and I stood talking to Oggy from Morningstar, this massive guy came up behind me. I was like, wow, I'm a bit suspicious at this. Tapped me on the shoulder and went, "You've got that Bare Bones that's all coloured, haven't you?" And yeah, can I have a look? I'm like, okay. The guy, and before I knew it, Maxime from Deathwish has got it in his hand, scrutinising it, going, yes, very, very good, very good, very good. So I'm like, well, there are genuine people out there that's not going to just rob you blind.
Yeah, so
don't be afraid of everyone that comes behind you, unless it's Chris, of course. But yeah, just be smart. That's all you really need to be.
I'm the least person you need to worry about bloody running off with the mods. Unless it's something really nice. Or a Stormbreaker. Vinny.
Yeah, why haven't you chased Royal Mail down for that yet?
Oh, just don't go there. Just don't. But yeah, I can't wait for it.
I want to go on Steam Crave. Yeah, Desmond, Steam Craves are they're so versatile in what they can do. You know, you can use it as a tank, a massive tank at that, or you could drop it down and make it a dripper. You know, there's so much you can do with it. I think, you've got the dripper version there, haven't you? You've not got the glass in.
Literally, this is the original V1. It's not the one that comes with the mod. But basically, all you need to do, there's a chimney stack that screws into that. You've got the smaller one, which gives you the 18mm glass, or the 20mm glass, and then this just literally screws on the top of it. That's all that you need to do. And lock off the Titan. I don't lock it off in dripper mode, being weird and lazy. But you can lock it off, if you can see on here. Like, they've got a little black mark.
Why wouldn't you lock it off, Chris? Because all that's going to happen is juice is going to go straight out the bottom.
Nope.
Oh.
Yeah. The juice well is actually there. You know, see if I can actually do it. It's really ingenious how they do it. But basically, the bottom screws off where all your cotton dangles at the bottom, and then
Let's see his coils now, look.
Straight at them.
Still got tons of nice flavour in them, but the juice sits in the bottom of there.
Yeah.
It's basically an RDTA, isn't it? When you put the glass on.
Well, it is.
My
Yeah.
It's a
biggest issue
reverse
with this,
RDTA.
I will say this, and I've always said it. Biggest problem with this is once you put the glass on it and the chimneys, the flavour drops down. As me and Vinny said earlier on in the chat before we went live, it's because you're further away from the coils.
Yeah, because essentially you're extending the chimney by that instead of it being like that.
Yeah.
So it's got further travel, so it's going to be more muted. And it's not, obviously, with it not being conical as well, it's going to just be straight, so it's not going to push the flavour up.
Yeah.
You know, going on that, if you tried doing that method on the Aromizer Plus, you're guaranteed to get a soggy hand after 2 minutes. So it just goes to show you what they've done with that Titan is a lot better for stopping that, you know, just juice coming out of every little orifice on there, which is what it did on the Plus.
Yeah, Desmond, these coils are about 3 weeks old, 2 to 3 weeks old. I haven't.
Yeah.
No, seriously, I re-wicked this the day on the 22nd. The 22nd. It's the same day I mixed the juice. And that's all it's had is that blue slush through it.
Sorry, I'm just communicating with the wife. I'm sorting my tackle out for tomorrow.
I thought it was going 3 days.
3 bagels.
Yeah. He's had it on for 3 hours and it's black already.
Right.
But you tend
Chris,
to find
what day are you at
that.
Expo? People are asking when you're at Expo. Chris, what day are you going? You're going with us on the Saturday?
I'll be there the Friday, the Saturday, and the Sunday.
You're doing all 3, you bugger, are you?
I'm going to all 3. Well, I don't live too far away, so it takes me 20 minutes by car, but like, hell am I paying 16 quid a day to park it? I might as well just pay 8 quid. I pay 8 quid for the 3 days to get me there and back on train and metro. It takes me about half an hour, 45 minutes, maybe an hour if it's very, very busy.
Yeah.
So,
yeah, I'm down on the train this time. I did drive back in May, but yeah, I got stung hard with those parking charges. They were not nice.
Yeah, well, I've been up
Birmingham. That's what I do now. I pre-book with one of the hotels and park there because it's cheaper. It's still expensive for the day.
Yeah,
it's cheaper. But I had a hell of a trek from the last one I paid out in May. It took about half an hour to walk in. I thought it was right next to it, and
that's what I did. So I was at the Travel Lodge, and it looked pretty close on the map, but when you're there,
no,
it's not close. But they screwed me about as well with the parking there, because what they didn't tell you is if you park in their hotel, it's £32 for the night parking. And if you wanted to go in the cheaper parking, which was 16 quid, you had to pre-book it a day in advance. So I was like, great, so what am I going to do? The guy on the counter was really good though. He sorted it all out for me, so I only paid the 16 quid, but it meant I had to be out by 8 o'clock the next morning. Otherwise, I'd get another charge. So,
Jesus.
Yeah, wasn't too bad, but you know, if I'd have known in hindsight, one, you know, how expensive it was, I would never have driven. And two, pre-book. If you don't, then you've only got yourself to blame. Yeah, it's crazy.
I think in May I paid £11 for the day parking in one of the hotel car parks and pre-booked it. Like I say, you just drive up to the barrier, it recognises your number plate, you go in and park anyway. But it was a bit of a walk.
Yeah, I'm at the Crown Plaza. I'm at the Crown Plaza this time. I'm there with Josh and Andy. You know, so he's going to be there as well.
Yeah, I'll be in my own personal bed. So it's cheaper.
But yeah, it's definitely good. But you know, planning day. Yeah, it's going to be a good one. This one is. There's going to be a lot of action there. Hopefully, a lot of new toys to play with as well, which I'm going to be excited about. You know, juice wise, you know, there's juice everywhere. So for those that have never been, you know, just make sure you ask to try the stuff before you kind of buy it, because even though it is going to be slightly cheaper than what you'd pay online, you could still end up going home with a load of juice that you don't really like. So just make sure you try it. They've all got the stands there for you to kind of either drip it onto your own stuff, or they've got the little mouthpieces so you can use theirs. Just give it a go.
Yeah,
definitely.
Anyone who's new going, you can taste every juice before you buy there generally. If you can't taste it, then don't. There's all sorts of offers on liquids and things, and most of the hardware is generally cheaper than it normally is as well, especially if someone's bought a new product out.
Yeah.
But don't go expecting it to be like ridiculously cheap, because it's not. People still got to make money. They are still businesses at the end of the day.
Exactly.
Yeah.
You know, and you tend to find as well that, you know, you stand there talking to the people at the stand for a little bit, you know, they're going to look after you. You know, if you just walk in and say, I want that, I want it for 50 quid cheaper, they're going to say, no, job on. You know, spend your time, you know, talk to them, you know, get to know the guy who's selling it, who's the maker maybe, you know, because there's going to be a lot of those there. You know, talk to them about it. You know, they're going to want to talk to you about their stuff. So, you know, that's the best way to kind of get in with them. And you never know, you might get a cheeky discount. You never know unless you ask.
Desmond, like hell is everybody coming back to my place?
Yeah, your missus would throw a fit if we all turned up.
Oh, she would love it, yeah. I'll be looking for a hotel to stay in for the night.
Yeah, you'll see me and Vinny walk through the door and she'll, we've not got enough bacon for these lads.
Bentley has enough bacon to feed me.
Exactly. Yeah. So definitely not going around Kitty's house for bacon, because there's never enough.
The only way to make a bacon sandwich better is to add more bacon.
Exactly.
If you ain't got enough bacon to make it perfect.
Like, yeah, bacon on the ground. You know, just put a comment on there. Look, always ask for deals. Don't be afraid to ask. People forget to barter, and you'll find that a lot of vendors will chuck in a t-shirt or a hat if you buy more. Yep. Or just do like I do and just sit there going, I really like the look of that hat. And then they give it you. And they're like, oh, we really like that t-shirt too. And
or you rock up with something like that in a 30ml glass. Or you rock up with using this in the big glass and then get a couple of free hats from dinner ladies just because they ask you to blow a big ass cloud off it. Not even using dinner ladies juice. Yeah.
You just accidentally chuck them in the bin on the way past.
Yeah. No, that's inside the footstool in my living room. I've not even used them.
Been put to good use then.
Yeah. Give me a sec, I'll go find them.
Oh, Lord.
Yeah, he's gone again.
Go to come back in 3 inches of dust and dog hair and.
I'm vacuum, thank you.
What, the dog?
Well, you're half right with losing them. I've got the pink one that was for my wife that she's never used.
Well, I can see why.
No, yeah. And then the expo one that I got for when I went as a VIP.
I've never had an expo app. Just thought I'd throw that in there.
Oh, this is
well, there's not many that would fit my head.
I mean, I know there's a lot of people that go to expos and they're all about hashtag team free shit, but you know, I've been for a few times now, and I've never been offered anything for free. You know, it's kind of sad, really, but I always would rather pay for something, because if I know if they're throwing something out for free, it's either going to be pretty shit or it's crap. Either way, you know, so I end up just getting rid of it. You know, if it's something that I really, really want, I just buy it. You know,
yeah.
I'm an idiot for it, because I'd end up buying it for 15, 20 quid.
I'm going to spend some money. That's better, Chris. That suits you, that.
Yeah.
Yeah, it needs to be
Well,
a little
apparently
bit lower.
Desmond, it's mine really, but I've got to adjust the straps, because it's too small for my big fat head.
I like that. So
You're
Chris is
both-
good at blowing. Yeah, probably.
Real man,
That actually suits you,
comfortable
Chris.
wearing pink.
It actually suits you, that one.
I had the
Right now,
grey
fellas, I
one,
think we'll wrap up. Chris, your tickets haven't been won.
I'm still waiting for a dad joke to pop up.
Yeah, I'm still waiting
No,
for that joke to pop up.
Yeah, at least one. Someone must have a
No
dad
doubt.
joke, surely. No.
Yes.
Yeah, so Des is basically saying, yeah, he can't wait to see Tom and Paul at Expo. Endless, he loves winding them up. Yeah, I think everybody loves winding them up.
It's a good laugh. Right,
So,
then, fellas.
So yeah, I think we're about done for tonight's show. It's a little bit shorter
Yeah,
than
I
last
think
time.
we'll just
We'll
wrap
do
up,
it.
and I'm sure Paul could become a like our Ringo Starr maybe, and become the fifth member of the Beatles. Well,
What, like a really crap drummer?
have to see. Could you? Yeah. Yes, we'll be back in 2 weeks, maybe before that. If it is 2 weeks, it will be an Expo special. Oh, wait, then what's this? Yeah, here's a bad joke before we go.
Russian with one bollock. It's called I've had a bollock off.
Wow.
I don't know
I've
if
heard
that's
better.
running, dad jokes. It's a bad one.
It's a bad one. It's definitely a bad one. Right, let's wrap up, fellas. Thank you all for watching. Thank you, Paul. Thank you, Chris. Hopefully, Andy and Zippy will be back. Obviously, Andy's he's not well and he's broke his hand and things at the minute, and we hope he recovers quite quickly. And Zippy's been drafted into work on an emergency thing, so we shall hopefully be back to full strength, maybe even extra strength in the next show. Who knows?
Never know.
But we'll be back.
Ta-ra a bit,
We
guys.
will be back, folks. Thanks for watching. Bye, everybody.
Bye.
Bye, everyone.
Drop a like and subscribe. And we